The movie kicks off and it's almost Halloween, when everyone's into all that spooky stuff. So there's this group of 5 friends, Bobby, Jeff, Brandy, Mikey, and Zach. And they're like, let's not do some lame party this year. They decide they're going to go on a road trip to find the real scary stuff, like the most haunted, messed up places in America. They want to be genuinely terrified. So they rent this car, and one of the guys, Jeff, he's the tech dude. He rigs the whole car with cameras, and he's got his own handheld one too. The plan is to record everything, and they are so pumped for this. A few days before Halloween, they hit the road. At first, they're just going to all those haunted house attractions, the kind you pay for. They're having a total blast getting jump scared by actors and stuff. But then they start seeing some weird things. Like at one house, this girl in a creepy mask pops out and Zach totally loses it. He actually starts crying. But then, get this, he just starts laughing at himself. It's all just fun and games at this point. But then, things get a little weird. They're driving down this super empty road, middle of nowhere, and they see this guy. He's standing all alone on the side of the road in a full-on Joker costume and a mask, and he's just staring at them as they drive by for a long time. It's super creepy because he's not part of an attraction or anything. He's just out there. But they kind of just shake it off. I mean, it's Halloween, so weirdos are out. No biggie, right? To get back on their mission, they keep going. And then they decide the best way to find a real scare is to just spend the night in the middle of a forest.
Camping in the
Total
woods,
disaster
some
waiting to
random
happen,
dude just walks up and sits with them. Super weird, but again, it's Halloween season, so they're just like, whatever, and blow it off. But then the next night, it gets really messed up. You remember that creepy masked girl from the first haunted house, the one that made Zach cry? She shows up again, right in front of their car. And get this, they're like 100 miles away from that first place, so how is she here? She just walks over and sits near them. Doesn't say a single word, just stares. Total psycho vibes. Then, out of nowhere, she starts making these horrible guttural noises. The friends are totally freaked out, just staring at her like, what the heck? And then poof, she just gets up and leaves. They have no clue what that was all about. Okay, and it keeps getting worse. The next night, a dude in a white suit holding a legit axe shows up. Zach is convinced this is it. He's a goner. The guy gets right up in his face and you're thinking, oh man, this is it. But then he just lowers the axe and walks away. Just another head game, I guess. So now there are only 2 days till Halloween, and honestly, this stuff is more cool than scary to them. They're still looking for that next level fear. So Zach starts asking around, and he hears these whispers about a super secret group called the Blue Skeleton. Apparently, these Blue Skeleton guys are the real deal. They're this underground organization that creates these insane, extreme horror experiences. They're totally off the grid, moving around every Halloween, and they're impossible to find. Their whole thing is to make people feel a level of fear they've never felt before. And Zach hears a rumor that they might even actually torture people a little bit. It's messed up. And what does Zach do? He's like, guys, we have to find them. This is exactly what they've been looking for. The haunted houses were nothing. This is the real stuff. And of course, the rest of the group is totally on board. They're hooked. So now they're on a new mission, find the Blue Skeleton. After a bunch of searching, Zach finally gets a lead. There's this super sketchy bar in a really weird part of town they have to go to. When they get there, the whole vibe is off. The people are strange, and someone tells them right away, no cameras allowed. Big red flag, right? Some of the locals get all aggressive with Brandy, which is not cool, but Zach manages to get what they came for. The secret password.
The Blue Skeleton guys don't come to you. You give them the password, and they will come find you. So then we see this footage from some other dude's camera. And get this. It's a guy they'd seen in the background before. He sneaks into their motel room while they're all asleep, films them, and even steals Zach's ID. The next morning, bam, that video gets sent to all their phones. They're totally freaked out. Like, who the heck filmed this? The video is super creepy. It shows them sleeping, but then it shows someone putting a freaking animal's heart in their fridge. Gross! And there's a pumpkin with a message, giving them a time and a place to meet the Blue Skeleton. They even left him some blue masks to wear. But instead of being terrified, they're so excited. They're like, yes, we found them. This is it. So Halloween night finally comes. They put on the masks and head to the creepy location. But on the way, Zach gets separated from the group and just disappears. But here's the big twist. He's not lost. He was ambushed. He's dead. And you won't believe who killed him. It was the Joker guy from the road, some other guy in a bunny suit, and the masked girl from the haunted house. They were all working together. They kill him and drag his body away. Meanwhile, the other friends are waiting and getting worried. They keep calling Zach's phone, but it just goes to voicemail. Then they get a message. It's this horrible, distorted voice. And it's like, we'd have your friend Zach. If you want him back, come to this location. Okay, now they are scared. Like, really scared. The fun is over. They just want to call it quits and go home. But it's way too late. They're in deep. But what can they do? They have to go try and save their friend. A little part of them is still hoping this is all just the Blue Skeleton's super intense scare game. It's not. The second they get to the place, the group swarms them. They're tied up, bags are thrown over their heads, and they're shoved onto a bus. Someone hands one of them a camera, basically forcing them to film. Then they drop each of the friends off at a different, horrifying location. They all end up in this pitch black, busted up house. There's no escape. They're screaming for help, yelling that they don't want to play this game anymore, that they want to go home. And then they see their captors. And of course, it's the same masked psychos who have been stalking them this entire time. The people who killed Zach. And then it gets so much worse. They drag them outside one by one and bury them alive. They literally throw them into wooden coffins and start shoveling dirt on top. You just hear them screaming and banging on the lid, but nobody is there to help them. They just suffocate inside those boxes. And that's it. They die. And the killers? They're watching the whole thing on the cameras, just getting a thrill out of their suffering. That was the whole point. It turns out the Blue Skeleton isn't a haunted attraction. They're just a crew of psycho killers who hunt people every Halloween. But get this, they only go after the people who come looking for them. And just like that, the movie ends. Total nightmare.